first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
Prescott has some things to clean up from last season, leading the NFL with 15 interceptions in only 12 games played. But we can't overlook the good. 23 touchdowns and an 8-4 record as a starter as he led the Cowboys to consecutive postseasons for the first time since 2007.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week: 16 carries, 62 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Play action now, Prescott. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone just
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick, what a season. He continues to have his 15th sack of the campaign. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who is the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses who have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chauncey Golston. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here, rolling to his right. Able to find the open man, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a give right side Swift. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Cowboy defense, and they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. Play action. Here's Hurts. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Inside the 20. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Smith catches left side. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. So this game of our, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Prescott. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. And it's 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 3rd and 5. Started the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
On play action, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No. I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but you got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. Down to about the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Micah Parsons. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on them, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Eagles' 46-yard line.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. To throw is Prescott. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Julio. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, there he goes, left side. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Eagles. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Elliott good with a PAT. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. Prescott looks to throw on first. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Prescott to throw it. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've got a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
14-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And as he's down at the 19. Jalen Hurts bringing the Eagles out for their next drive. And Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of him, but you know the defense understands that as well. My second thing is give him throws that are safer, throws that he's confident in, the ones that he likes to make, and that way you try and get his confidence back up.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they actually utilize what they call the screen, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott now to add the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers. He brings out this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
2nd down, Pollard again. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Prescott down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result. Throwing it downfield, creating big plays. I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Aubrey good with the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film. Extra guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
On first down, Hurts goes right back to Smith again. Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith,
his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says.
Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense.
And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. They won't give him a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Pollard going to try the right side.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, Dallas.
Now Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting roughed backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Dak there throwing complete to Cooks.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line.
25 yards. First down, Cowboys.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
10 yards on the pickup.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Andy Janovich taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. It's complete. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for 2 is going to come up empty. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Micah Parsons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
Offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It got his man complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, 74 yards. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Bryan Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's returnable now for Smith. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be Eagles football 1st and 10. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, DeVonta Smith. He's north of 150 yards in this game. He's been doing his thing, hasn't he?
That he has, and he's been enjoying himself. And it's the type of game that you get locked into a pretty good groove. May not be record-shattering, but it's the type of game that if you accumulate that throughout a season, you can be one of the top receivers in the game.
See how much they incorporate him here on this drive. Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
On third down, here comes Swift. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 112 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Passes thus far, that's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Prescott to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
This one complete down the field to Goddard.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation. Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And this is going to be recovered by the hand seam. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense.
Bucket off the pick and roll. Gotta go. We don't move it scary. Last time I shed a tear that went